Welcome friends for the lecture series number 2 on tips and tricks for research writing. Now this lecture series is on referencing and citation, which are the most important aspect of research writing. And this lecture series is for all the health sciences master students, PhD students, and most of the undergraduate students who plan to do research writing can refer these lecture series. So myself, Professor Anshula Deshpande, I wish to share with you my experience of last 2 decades for research writing. So let me begin with a small video. Deadlines, support, writing skills, these are the issues. But now we have solution to the problems. Time management, guidance, insights and practice is what we need, and that's how it makes us happy. So let's begin. In the first lecture, we have already discussed about literature search and PICO. And this lecture series, I will be discussing about referencing and citation. So let's begin. So before I start, I would like to convey my gratitude to my guide, Professor Dr. Shobha Tandon, and my PhD guide, Professor Hemchandra Pradhan. Now, as you all know, referencing is to give the original author credit for their work and validate your arguments. It is not just giving credit, but it also validates your research and your arguments. So the intended learning objectives of this lecture series on referencing is to understand quotation or citation, understanding the difference between reference and bibliography, how to organize your references for dissertation, how to retrieve different referencing styles. So with this, let's begin. Now, what is literature referencing? A direct quotation is a report of the exact words of an author or speaker and is placed inside quotation marks in a written work. So this direct quotation, which goes inside the quotation marks, is actually the literature referencing. For example, Dr. King said, "I have a dream." So "I have a dream" statement goes in the quotation marks. So first trick is works cited, bibliography and references should be understood well. If you understand the difference between works cited, bibliography and reference, it becomes easy. In works cited and references, you only list items you have actually referred to and cited in your paper. A bibliography, meanwhile, lists all the material you have consulted in preparing your essay, whether you have actually referred to and cited the work or not. The second thing to remember is works cited. Now, works cited list is an alphabetical list of works cited or sources you specifically called out while composing your paper. All works that you have quoted or paraphrased should be included. Many times we think we have paraphrased the statements, so there is no need to cite. No, you have to quote or paraphrase, or works should also be included with citation. Works cited is generally used when citing sources using APA format, which is the most common one used in social sciences at many of the journals, which is American Psychological Association format, or MLA format, which stands for Modern Language Association style. And sources should be listed in alphabetical order by author's last name. So the surname, according to the surname's alphabetical order, the cited work is listed. What is references? It provides authenticity to students' research work in which they put their effort and dedication. It allows readers to locate the original sources of research work so that they can access the information or material and understand it in their way. So, citation helps to tackle plagiarism issues as well. If you are citing someone's work, it will help you to prevent plagiarism. So let us see what is the term which we use, references or reference list. A reference list is very similar to a works cited list and is the term used when citing sources using APA format, that is in American Psychological Association style. The page should be titled References and is arranged alphabetically by author's last name. Example references entry is Middlecoff R in the year 2007. So the year 2007 goes in the brackets, the title of the work, and then the book or the publishers and the press. Whereas in bibliographies on the other hand differ greatly for works cited and references lists. In works cited and references, you only list items you have actually referred to and cited in your paper. That means you have used their statements and you have pasted it or copied from there, paraphrased it, and used it in your writing. A bibliography, meanwhile, lists all the material you have consulted in preparing your essay, whether you have actually referred to and cited the work or not. Bibliographies are often used in Chicago and Turabian citation styles. So next thing to understand is reference list and bibliography. A reference list contains details only of those works cited in the text of the document. For example, book, journal article, pamphlet, internet site, cassette tape, or film. So copied text should be quoted. And once you have put the copied text in the quotation mark, you have to give the author name with year in the brackets. So here you use author's surname, comma, initial, semicolon, and the year of publication and bracket close. Now in most of the articles, it is very easy to find this how to cite that article. So this quote symbol is there, and when you click on this quote symbol, you get the in-text citation. So there is an option what in-text citation you have to use and what is the reference or the bibliography pattern which you can use to enter or to save in your reference list. A bibliography is a separate list from the reference list and should be arranged alphabetically by author or title where no author is given. There are various styles, so you should be understanding this also. The next step is styles of reference list and bibliography should be well understood. And when you are submitting it to a certain university or a journal for publication, make sure that you have checked their pattern of reference list and the format of bibliography style which they follow. MLA list of works cited, APA reference list, Chicago gives bibliography, Harvard reference list, and Vancouver style reference. So these are the most common ones. The MLA and APA styles are usually used in social sciences, whereas Harvard and Vancouver are commonly used in health sciences. So let us see APA style. Why I'm discussing here with you for APA style is this is used also for bibliography, and while you are preparing your manuscript, whether it is your dissertation or you have started writing your article, I would prefer you to use APA style in the beginning. So let's go about it. In APA style, each reference cited in text must appear in the reference list, and each entry in the reference list must be cited in the text. So this is a basic thing which has to be remembered, that reference list, all these references, their surname should be cited in the text, and that should be reflecting in your reference list. Whereas in Vancouver and all, you just, many times you just superscript the number or give in the brackets. If you cite only 3 sources in your paper, your reference list will be very short. That means you can include only 3 references. Even if you have to read 50 sources to find those 3 gems. So in this situation, your reference list will have 3 and your bibliography will have 50 sources. In medical journals, what is being followed? The ICMJE website also lists the journals that follow the ICMJE recommendations, and this is what is followed in most of the medical journals. You can go through the recommendations on their website. Very well, they have given the various recommendations and even the details about what is conflict of interest, how you can do the writing, and how the other aspects of manuscript preparation are there or should be followed. So, International Committee of Medical Journal Editors have come up with their own recommendations, and I would recommend you to go to their website and go through it. Now let us come and see what all consists when we go according to ICMJE type of reference styling. So this is the latest way of reference styling, also for Vancouver style. So let us see here, what is this first box? First thing which comes is authors, where you mention surname and initial. If there are multiple authors, they are separated with comma, and after last author, you put a full stop, which is followed with the title of the article. Again, this title of the article end with the full stop, followed with journal name. So the journal nomenclature is followed as per ICMJE nomenclature or National NLN nomenclature, which is provided by PubMed Central. Then it is followed, again it ends with the full stop, followed with year of publication, semicolon, 24, that is volume, in bracket goes the issue, colon, and then page numbers. Again, this section of articles, publication year, volume, issue, and pages, you have to put a full stop, then followed with DOI, that is Digital Object Identifier. So in today's time, you have to have your reference with DOI. If there are many situations where you might not find DOI, in that situation, you are advised to add URL. So let us go to the next step. The next step is create your reference list. Now, as we started with this search question, so let us use the same research question. The search question which we had formulated is, are CPP, ACP and fluoride varnish effective in remineralizing incipient carious lesion? So we had created our library and we had chosen these articles saved through this star in our library. Now what next? All these references have this quote mark. So this quote mark gives us the citation, and when we click on this quote mark, this opens in Google Scholar and you have all the styles: MLA, APA, Chicago, Harvard, and Vancouver. So if we are following ICMJ or Vancouver, so this is what you have to copy and paste it in your reference list. Whereas in your in-text citation, as I had shared, the surname with initial and the year goes in your in-text citation or referencing. So this is what we get, as I had showed you earlier. In Google Scholar, they have not updated. So whatever citations we get, how to cite this article which we get in Google Scholar does not consist of DOI. So let us do this, create the reference list in PubMed as well. So when we had searched in PubMed for CPP, ACP and fluoride varnish, this was the article, and in PubMed again you will find this mark of quotation of site, and when you click on this it opens. So when you click on this site, which is the quote mark and site, you will get this option. And here in PubMed you have to choose the format from this right corner scroll button. So where again they have American Medical Association, MLA, APA, NLM styles. Now the advantage of using PubMed referencing is that they are including DOI as well. So automatically you can just copy or download this in your reference list. So I have got my reference which consists of DOI. But many times, many of our journals may not be in PubMed and maybe they are only in Google Scholar. So don't worry, just copy your references from there, and when I will be discussing about how to align, then you can go for URL of that article. So copy the URL when you have searched or opened that article and paste it along with your reference at the end. So what is important is organize your search page. So the most important tip is, if we are not organizing our search page, it becomes really difficult to go back to our search results. So what can be done is, when you are searching in PubMed, there is a bookmark. You can add this bookmark and save it so that you know that what were the keywords which you have used. So now once, the first trick is to organize your searching with the help of bookmarks available on your laptop. But many times you may not be using your personal laptop, maybe searching at somewhere else. So I would request you to organize your references for your library dissertations or dissertation or your research work in your document folders itself. So what you have to do, create a separate dissertation folder. So as we are working on CPP, ACP and fluoride varnish, I will name my folder as dissertation CPP, ACP, FV, the short forms. And for my dissertation, I will create separate folders for all the sections of my manuscript preparation, even the reference articles. So as my reference article folder is separate, so within that folder, I would create further subfolders. One will be CPP, ACP alone, another fluoride alone, and then a folder where CPP, ACP and fluoride both are there in the research article. Then we will have a separate Word document which will be named as bibliography with CPP and fluoride. So this is how you should begin your research writing. Always have this reference article folder for your research work from the very beginning, and have a separate work document for your bibliography. Now when I click on this, my Word document opens, and in Word document it is very easy in my Windows there is a very good feature which I would recommend you all to use while you're working on references or copying your references from PubMed or Google Scholar. What is it? It is clipboard. This function of clipboard, you have to click and keep it open. The good part of clipboard is you can copy 24 items at one go when you are organizing your references. So just type reference or bibliography, start collecting and copying your citation text from PubMed or Google Scholar. So as you copy, it starts getting collected. As here you can see Savas S got collected in my clipboard items. Now when I want all these, I can then paste all these references in my Word document in one go, and you see all of them have got copied. I would recommend you to organize them according to APA style, that is in alphabetical order. Like these here you can see they are not arranged in alphabetical order. So in this situation, it is a very good feature which is available on Windows. You just copy these references and use this A to Z sorting. When you use this A to Z sorting, you have to choose sort by paragraph and just click on OK. So when you click on OK, you can see this is the outcome. All these references have got sorted and arranged in alphabetical orders. So there are advantages. Why I'm recommending this system of initial bibliography or reference styling is because of certain advantages. So let us see what are the advantages. Easy to check repeat reference. Many times we miss, and I have come across many published articles where we find the same reference is getting repeated at other number as well. Easy to convert in-text citation in required format. So when you have entered in-text citation, that is the initial and year. So what you can do, take a printout of your reference list according to APA style. So save that Word document as bibliography APA style. Take the printout of that, and when in your text inside numbering you can do there and put those numbers in your reference list, because it is very easy for us to filter or to find out when we have more than 50 references for numbering based on alphabetical order. So take printout of alphabetical reference and start writing the number in front of author in the sequence as it is appearing in text of your various sections. Then arrange and save that in new document. Don't change that document. So once you are aligning that, save it in a new document. Don't alter your old document. So copy that document once again and then arrange it in a new document. So let us move to the next tip. The 8th tip is create your style reference list with citation managers. So we have various online citation managers, and the first one which I wish to present to you is CiteFast. So when you go on the CiteFast, this is their screen or your web page where you have APA style, you get web page reference, books, journals, and other thing also. So as we were working on Savas S evaluation of remineralization, once I paste my reference and click on search, you can see the author's name, everything appears along with URL. So here we get with URL, there is an option of save citation. When you click on the save citation, you can, all your references gets collected in this. And then you can export all your collected or searched references and export to Word document. Now, when it is done, when you have, if your articles you have gathered from some other source, and then you want to search for those references in an appropriate and your desired referencing style, then you can use this citation manager, CiteFast, and this really makes the work very easy when you have n number of articles in your reference list. The another site is Cite This For Me, where they have many other options, even Vancouver style, Harvard style as well. So this will be helpful for medical journals. Even they have for website, journal, book, and more. Again, let us see how it works. When I paste my reference and put a click on search, I get all these references. So the first one is matching to my year, my author, and my topic. And here I get the option of cite. When I click on this site, I get the reference. Now here you can see they have additional information which I can put. So if I want to add DOI, URL, I can do that manually and then click on complete citation, and I will get the citation the way I want to be sent for a journal or as required by the university norms. So this is very helpful. These citation managers are really helpful in changing your citation style as required. So here you can see citation style can be changed and altered, and then you can copy this. Even they have an option of copy in text citation. So whenever you are copying your reference or bibliography, start copying in text citation as well and keep pasting it so that it is easy to enter that in your in citation format as well. And once you have collected all your articles in your bibliography, here you can see this is an inbuilt format to organize that into alphabetical order, and then you can copy this bibliography, this whole list, and use it for your references. So this lecture was on referencing and citation. I hope this was useful and this will be helpful for many young researchers as well. So let us just recollect the tips and tricks for research writing for this lecture series, referencing and citation. So first thing is understand what is work cited, bibliography, and reference list. So whatever you mention within the text is work cited, and your work cited becomes the part of your reference list. How work is cited in your text, that should be very clear, whether you are using APA style or are you using the Vancouver or ICMJ style. Reference list and bibliography are separate. Most of the scientific articles, they don't ask for bibliography, they ask for reference list. So whenever you are publishing your article in scientific journals, reference list is what is asked for. But most of the dissertation work, PhD thesis work, they ask bibliography. But I would recommend you should understand what are your university norms or the journal in which you are planning to publish. The fourth point is styles of reference list and bibliography should be very clear. But from the very beginning, I would recommend to start with APA style of arranging in alphabetical order. But if it is your health sciences, I would recommend to go for way of reference writing as Vancouver style. So whenever you are copying your citation, copy it according to Vancouver style. But many of the other journals, if you're sending your article for publication in journals, Please check, and then you can use these citation managers to change your reference style from one style to other. Fifth is create your reference list. That can be done on your Google Scholar as well as your PubMed. Organize your search page in your book as your bookmarks. Organize your references for dissertation, which I've told you. Create a Word document from the very beginning of your any research work or research writing. And the last and very interesting tip which I have shared with you is create your style reference list with the help of citation managers, which are available online and are free, which will help you to change your citation styles from one style to another. Even you can modify that reference as desired by the journal if they are asking for DOI or URL. Even you can generate web page references as well. So with this, I thank all of you for attending this. The next lecture will be on title and keywords, legends for tables and figures, and the fourth is how to write subsections and how to avoid plagiarism. Thank you, and be there for lecture series number 3 on title and legends. Thank you. This is my email. You can contact me for your queries on the given below email ID. Thank you. See you for the next lecture.